come out to say that Biafran youth are lazy. Are the youths taking advantage of this ban on Fulani cow to get into business? Ensure that we have as many as AFIB as possible. We need Biafra land. Or are we just going to ban Fulani cow and then there will be less meat in Biafra land? Please go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, what you said is right. I totally agree with you that they realize. But Mazi, one thing you have to know about the Igbo Biafrans is that we are very industrious and business-like minds. The only thing our people need is enough education, enough information and awareness for many people to go into this business. For example, I will give you an example for myself. One of my few nephews, he heard about this. He heard about this banning of cows. He said he was planning to do pharmacy. So he said, if we are going to ban cows and now we are going to have our own AFib, other animals, he said, I want to go and do veterinary medicine. Do you understand? And he got the admission now. These are the things we need to encourage our youth. We need to encourage
So what programs do you have in place? What program do you have in place to ensure that there is an awareness in terms of what you are saying now, that people are going to go into this business?
Mazi, we have professionals on this. They are there. They have been brought on Radio Biafra and educate people. Anybody who is interested can contact the Radio Biafra, contact IPOB leadership. We will link them up with those who are setting up this animal husbandries, who are setting up this agricultural, both cows, pig, all this kind of animal farming. We have, but the thing is this: most of our people will come, we say we don't have the money. We encourage them to start. Also, we are approaching some organizations, some organizational bodies. We are also I'm using this opportunity. Also, we have made it clear. We call also the governments of the southeastern part of Nigeria, all the government, all the stakeholders. This is a business that people are talking about unemployment. This is an opportunity for them. This is a livestock business. It will flourish in our land like never before. We are doing these things. We have done several meetings with people. We encourage them that we can protect the business. If you open it, we will make sure that nothing happens. Maybe if you are afraid, somebody will attack you. We are doing this. But one thing is that we need them to be more serious, bring out the money and invest in these businesses. The lands are there. There are people who are ready to provide their lands for those businesses, and we are calling them. They can contact the IPOB leadership. We will connect them with those on ground who are setting up those businesses, and they will run the business as a private business, not as an IPOB business. We just give them the guidelines and help them to establish those businesses.
All right.
That is it, Mazi.
All right, Mazi.
Thank you so much.
Mazi, the guideline is fine. What about the money?
Mazi, let me tell you something. Before now, even before we bound this, there was a project our leader was having. Mazi, a lot of noise is coming in the background. I don't know if it's from my side.
All right. I think everything is fine here in the studio. I'm not sure. Okay. Since we're talking over Skype, it could be anything. Continue and then see if it does stop. Please go ahead.
Okay. Mazi, before this time, our leader was already preparing a budget for this agricultural. And our leader was not only preparing for cow or goat, he was preparing completely for vegetables, cucumber, carrot, all those kind of. There was a full negotiation and agreement with some people to set up even greenhouses that we provide those things in our place. But the detention of our leader, the adoption of our leader and his extraordinary rendition set. Mazi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. And how is the noise from your side? Hello, Mazi, is it better now? Is the noise better from your side?
Hello?
Yes, Mazi. I can hear you. I'm not sure if you are hearing me, Mazi Chinasa nworu. All right. Mazi, can you hear me now? Unbelievable. I think I have lost MAZI Chinasa nworu, but of course, we will re-establish the call. All right. I think there he comes. Let's get back to it. It is constructive argument here on Radio Biafra. MAZI, are you back? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, MAZI.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah. MAZI, what I was trying to explain is this. Our leader, before his extraordinary rendition and adoption in Kenya, our leader have made already a plan. There were people we have already contacted over the establishment of farmhouses, both animal farming. We have made this contact, and we were on it. We're discussing on it. We have gotten the budget, both the ones, the greenhouse and all these stuff. We have already gotten the budget. We also make a move, do you understand me, to make sure, even at a point, we have some external, with our neighboring, let me put it like that, one of our neighboring emerging nations, over a joint on production of animal farms, because they have enough, bring it down to Biafra land where the market is there. 10 million people against 70 million people. These things were already made, but there was a setback even before we announced. We wouldn't have announced this. We wouldn't have announced it if not that when they adopted our leader, we have no choice, because we found out that at that time the Fulanese thought the adoption of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu may lower the leadership of IPOB over the invasion and bringing in Fulani cows and destroying our place. They thought that because they arrested the leader. So that is why we have no option than to send that message to them and start to implement from the cows. And we already have plans, both the tomatoes, the cucumbers. Our people are increasing in the production. One thing is this: we might not say we are bringing out money to give now, but we have our project that will come. But what we encourage people, there are people, Biafrans around the world, there are people also who have come together to support people to start the business. And we want them to be serious, because now say they will give you again. There are our people in diaspora. I know they have come together, form like things they call cooperatives, and setting up some farming projects. And that's what we encourage, because IPOB leadership will not get involved in handling all those things. But we encourage the private people. There are people who has money for this kind of project. We will guide them. If somebody also said, I want to invest in this kind of business, we have people, professionals on ground, who will help them to establish that business. But to provide or to establish the bigger project, that is the work of IPOB, which I hope after the release of our leader, that project will be back. It is suspended because our leader is not there. It is suspended, and the challenges we are facing. But as soon as it's out, I think we are going to push more further on that aspect. Thank you, MAZI. All
right, MAZI, let me tell you this. Mieti Allah is beating a war drum.
I can't hear you.
My goodness me. Can you hear me now, MAZI? All right. I think we are having a bit of a network issue here. MAZI chinasa, nworu, can you hear me? All right, I've lost him again, and it is a network issues. He will reconnect back. If you are listening this evening, this is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra. Bring your argument, because we've got the solution. And trust me when I tell you, we are hitting below the belt. And of course, my guest this evening is MAZI chinasa, nworu. He is joining me, a member of the DOS. I am playing a devil's advocate this evening, in case if you know what that means. Those hard questions, that is what I'm asking. MAZI chinasa, nworu, are you back? Can you hear me? MAZI chinasa, nworu, are you back?
Yeah, MAZI, I'm back. I don't know if this platform
should
we kind of disrupt
should we try WhatsApp? Should we try WhatsApp?
Okay.
All right, I will get you back right now on WhatsApp. Please bear with us. They don't like what we are doing because we are hitting below the belt. And suddenly, all of a sudden, they are taking advantage and they are trying to disrupt our program. But trust me when I tell you, they will not succeed. I am going to try to bring MAZI chinasa, nworu back on another platform, because I am not letting him off any easily. All right, MAZI chinasa, can you hear me now?
I can hear you very clearly, MAZI.
All right, let's proceed, because I said I am not letting you off any easily. You still have a lot of explanation to do. Please go ahead. We are listening.
Yeah, but I don't know where I stopped, where you had.
MAZI, you can start anywhere. It doesn't matter. Start anywhere.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that the adoption of our leader, the detention of and his extraordinary rendition, it backrolled all our plans on this agricultural project, both the farming project, the animal farming, and I hope as soon as he's being released, those projects will now come up again. And also, we having people already, private individuals. We have also Biafrans in diaspora who have come together to encourage people at home in some short farming project. What we are saying is that we need such projects to go on. We need more people. You can contact. We have people on ground who helps them to set up those farming projects. If it is on animal husbandry, there are people who can help you out to set it up. There are people who can also raise some capitals. As long as you are genuine, we are not doing the Nigerian farming. You know, where you go and borrow money in the bank after you will not pay back. That is not what we are doing, because what we are doing is to encourage our people to produce things that will feed us first. Then after that, we will think about the next step to do. But for now, there are people starting it gradually, and we want also people, there are people who have the money to start this project, but maybe they are not yet clear over the way to follow, and we encourage them to contact the IPOB leadership. I think they will be directed, and those who are interested also to do the farming sincerely should also join. Of course, not sincerely. We have our product. There are plans. They have their procedures, the things you have to do, and it will be put in place. Thank you.
All right. If you are listening, this is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra.
This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with MAZI Ikechukwu Onoha. Bring your argument, and we've got the solution. Constructive Argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered.
All right, MAZI Chinasa, I've got Mieti Allah on the other side screaming, Wallahi Telahi, Anyamreba Chao. They are beating war drum. Are you ready for them?
MAZI, we are ready for Mieti Allah and the Fulani terrorists in our land anytime, any day. So far, they hardly cry, but these days, I can bet you they know the bushes are no more comfortable for them. And we owe no apology for anybody who will say, we saw BBC try to mention them, but BBC only mentioned Fulani. We are not in any dispute with the Fulani people. I'm making it very clear, because there are Fulanis who love our people also. There are Fulanis that, they understand what we are saying. So we are not in any way fighting with the Fulani, but we are fighting the Fulani terrorists and the herdsmen and bandits who are coming into our land to kill and destroy and rape our mothers. We are ready for the Fulani herdsmen. We are ready for the Fulani bandits. We are ready for Mieti Allah. They know we are ready. They can blab on the social media. They can blab anywhere, but we are ready for them. As long as they are Fulani herdsmen, as long as they are Fulani bandits coming into our bushes to kill, we are not going to spare any one of them. The earlier they take their cows out of our bushes, the better for them. You can now see, nobody is saying anything now. Everybody know what is happening in Uturu. Everybody know what is happening in Okigwe axis. They have turned it, the Fulani herdsmen have turned those areas with the Nigerian, some of the bad acts in the Nigerian military, they have turned those areas as kidnapping den. Kidnapping students, raping and killing, and that they will hear from ESN as soon as we can. What we are saying is that it's good, let the world hear our voice. The world should hear our voice. They gave them places they can raid their cows, but now they have encroached into communities. They have chased communities away. They have, especially in that of Kigwelo Banta, they have taken communities over. They rape and chase people away, and that we are not going to condone it. They should be ready. Those who gave them the place should be ready. because as I'm telling you, they cannot continue, because we know the politicians won't say anything. We know the religious leaders won't say anything. We know the government won't say anything, because they are carrying out their agenda of trying to disseminate and destroy our societies, our cultures, our way of life. For that reason, we have taken the responsibility. IPOB and ESN have taken this responsibility. We decided to take this responsibility also because nobody will do it for us. Our existence is under threat. Our cultural way of life is under threat. And we are not going to keep silent and wait for invaders from Sahel to come into our land, destroy our land, rape our women, destroy everything we have. We are ready for Mayeti Allah and the Fulani bandits. Thank you, Mazi.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, if you are only joining now, trust me when I tell you, it is constructive argument. Do we hit below the belt? You bet.
This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with MAZI Onoha. Bring your argument and we've got the solution. Constructive Argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra, we've got you covered.
All right, MAZI, we are almost coming to the end of this segment, but I need to ask you something. And what I'm about to ask you now is very controversial, but that is exactly what this program is all about. Now, I've been hearing this and people are asking me, is it true that our leader is going to do a video in the prison and speak to the whole Biafrans? And I said, I have no knowledge of that. Now, I want to ask you, MAZI Chinasa nworu, is this true?
Mazi, I will tell you something. This program, this particular question, I know it arose from the tweet or the message Governor Chukwuma Soludo, after Professor Chukwuma Soludo, when he visited our leader. I think he wrote something of that nature. I think from that is this thing. I think he wrote something from there. I don't know, but let me not quote wrongly. Mazi, making video, our leader to make video from the DSS, it will not be accepted. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
It is not accepted. The reasons are, we cannot ascertain that any video our leader makes from the DSS dungeon is not under duress, no matter whoever will be around him. And that is number one. It is any video coming out from the DSS that our leader said something that is not accepted, because you cannot be able to talk to your people freely in the midst of your enemy, and beside that, in one of the most dangerous dungeons in Nigeria, which is the DSS dungeon. Biafrans will not accept it. We are not going to accept it. Then secondly, if anybody persuades our leader to make, you understanding me, a video from that place, for the leadership, we will see it like they want to just use him to calm down the environment and they continue to hold him. That means they have no plan to release him. Maybe they see there are insecurity. If anything our leader want to say, he has been sending message through the lawyers all this while. He has been sending message. And in his last court outing, he's delivered a message through our brother, MAZI Benjamin Madubugu. Nobody will say he doesn't know him. The message is clear. He have delivered the message. Anything our leader will say now, he have said it many times through people. So we want, if our leader want to speak to Biafrans, we want him to speak to us as a free man when he is free. Or he comes to the court in the, you understand me, like how it happened in 2016 and 17, he can come out and speak to the press. But if they don't give him those opportunity, we want him to be a free man, then he can speak to us. He has spoke to us for many years. Do you understand me? So whatever he want to tell us, I think all those messages he have delivered it to us through the legal team, and also through our brother Benjamin Madubugu in his court outing. He have delivered many messages. Our leader have informed, delivered messages. So I don't see it as being necessary. I don't want them to, those who are making move for us and the leadership, we don't, it is not accepted. Even if it is done, it is not accepted.
All right, Mazi, I'm asking you this question because I have somebody else who is telling me right now. He said to me, which means they believe that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks, that people will listen and there will be peace in Biafra land. Now the question is, when he speaks and there is peace in Biafra land, are they not going to abandon him to rot in jail? Because if they really want peace, wouldn't they push for his release so that he can come out and, of course, speak to his people, just like you are eluded as a free man?
Mazi, anything like the leader, we have made it very clear that nobody can force our leader for anything, any negotiation, anything inside the DSS dungeon. Anything our leader have to say, you have to say it as a free man when he's released. Do you understand me? We are not accepting it. Number one, Mazi, let me tell you something. You see those people who are saying when our leader come and speak, there will be peace. No. You know, these infiltrators have caused a lot of damage in Biafra land. With the Nigerian military, with the fifth columnist, they have caused criminals, kidnappers, who were carrying all kind of criminal activities in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many of these criminals, infiltrators, many of them has become millionaires from stealing, from robbing of cars, most of them have made money from criminality. And most of the infiltrators have also made money from whatever they are doing. Now, they found out, they are now seeing the coast is clear, that the leader is coming out. All those people are speaking from both sides of their mouth. They think, okay, let them now say, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said a lot of things before he was adoption. There was nothing. What do you want him to address? Is it who to take the command from when he's not there? Is it about criminality? Have he preached against criminality? Mazi, let me clear something here. Do you know that all this while, from the time our leader was adopted, flown extraordinary renditions to Nigeria, the Nigerian government, their agent, the infiltrators, those who knows what they were doing and those who don't know what they were doing, all of them came together. That is when they are trying to raise up something they will use to tag IPOB as a terrorist group in diaspora all around the world, like maybe in America and the UK. They were looking, so they start because they are holding our leader. But do you know where they have problem? Do you know where they have problem? Presently, the argument is, you are claiming Nnamdi Kanu did this, Nnamdi Kanu did that, but he's in the detention. They are being asked, name one IPOB leadership, somebody from IPOB leadership who have advocated for violence in any way. Show us who is, mention him, bring the evidence that this IPOB leadership have advocated for violence against our own people, against killing of our own people. That was why you see them pushing that infiltrator from Finland. He is making many unguarded statements because, but you saw in the BBC this thing, they didn't even want to. He is the one who have called violence against our people. They didn't mention his name. This is how you understand. You found out that since they are holding our leader, you saw Uche Mefo wake up from dead, already start writing on social media and start claiming, writing thesis. Somebody IPOB trained with their money to be a lawyer. He end up writing thesis against his leader, his own people, thinking that he will succeed. You found out the other fallen angel from the Radio Biafra, going on Radio Biafra to talk about that we are giving internet to people. Mazi Ikechukwu, let me ask you one question.
Yes.
Those BBC journalists, those people who are doing journalism, are they not being given communication equipment?
Absolutely.
Are BBC not providing them telephones, laptops, all the cars, allowances, and all this?
Absolutely. Not only BBC, but every media houses must provide for their correspondence.
Media. Thank you. And you call us IPOB media warriors. This is what you call. And you are crying for 1,500 naira in internet recharge given to people to make sure that they work for the restoration of Biafra, they are crying for 1,500 naira. They are crying for an Android phone. This is to show you who they are. They have all failed and they want to use MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Let him make a statement. They say, okay, he have make a statement. No, they should not use MAZI Nnamdi Kanu to make a statement, because all they plan was, this guy was trying to impose himself as the leader of IPOB. He make unguarded statement. He commit all these things, and they gather them all together. That is why you saw him pushing himself that I am a leader, I am an IPOB member. And we told him, you are not. You are not an IPOB member. You are not, and you have never been. He continued to push our people, some of the foolish ones, some of the, the ones that don't have, even when you're talking, they don't know what is happening. They don't know. It is because we defeated them. You found out now BBC come out and deliver this, do you understand me, this blackmailing program, fake documentary against our people. If you watch out, had it been they have enough, that is why they wanted people like we to say something. They would have waited. We respond to them. Because they are talking about how we are projecting with violence. Who? MAZI, have we come here on radio and project violence? Have we called for violence?
Not at all.
MAZI Chike Doziem called for violence? Have any member of the DOS come on radio and call for violence? No, none of us have done so. That is why the agent provocateurs, those who sold MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, people don't understand that this is a Nigerian government conspiracy with their fifth columnist. They organize these people. They want to bombard with all kind of atrocities. They tell people to do all kind of criminality, and at the end of the day, they will all gather it and tell you, this guy is your leader. He is your leader. We should thank IPOB leadership for not allowing that infiltrator to be on our Radio Biafra. Because had he called all these things on Radio Biafra, how will you defend yourself? How will you defend it is not MAZI Nnamdi Kanu? How will you defend that it is not coming from IPOB? That is why the best thing the leadership of IPOB did was to make sure he goes into agreement on the code of conduct of people who come on Radio Biafra to speak something. Because I could remember when he said that when he need the radio and nobody should tell him what to say and what not to say, he won't take any word from anybody. MAZI Ikechukwu, are you not having a supervisor who supervises this Radio Biafra? Absolutely. And all the people working? So how will you, MAZI Ikechukwu, feel? How will MAZI Ike Peters feel when somebody comes in, he speaks what he has that will contradict what you have been doing for many years? He will come and call for violence, call and kill this person. Kill who? Our own people. This is what they were looking for. But they never knew there were people in this movement. They never knew that the IPOB leadership are men behind this movement. That is what they never knew. That is why they came out from everywhere, and we thank Chukwu Okike and say at the end, they have all failed. They have all failed. That is why you see Lai Mohammed now crying to Facebook to see what they will do to us. All of them are crying. Uche Mefo is crying. You saw the thesis he wrote about Madubugu. Madubugu came out and they said what Onyendu delivered to him. Uche Mefo is crying because the world is asking him. But this is what these guys are saying. This man said, Soludo wrote it. He said, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is not happy with what is happening in Biafra land. He said it is sacrilegious. And we all know that. MAZI, look at all they have done to be able to blackmail this movement. They want to call you a terrorist on the radio. They want to, because they know they are holding our leader. They want all their plans. We know all what they are planning. The IPOB leadership, the information, all the intelligence report, everything happening in the, I mean, this is, everything comes on their table. And at the end of the day, we must use it very, very well. We don't need to come and tell people. The most important is we want the unconditional release of our leader. We don't care how we do it. We don't have to explain to anybody how it is being done. But what we want is a total unconditional release of our leader. And that we are going to achieve very, very soon. One thing you have to know, Now, most of them have seen. Mas, let me tell you something. Let me make this thing very clear also on the radio.
Go ahead.
You saw, we gave an instruction. Yes, we gave an instruction. I made that post, but I put it in a positive way because as no about you
Yes.
We have, every time I come on radio, we told our people, do not go here with this, don't go here with that, don't go here with this. But you know, some of the infiltrators, they still disobey. You saw what they did in Abuja. There are certain things we say don't do, and that thing they did. Some of them, few of them that came there, what they did is what led to the arrest of one of them. And it is very bad. I have many occasions called the Biafra land coordinator and give him instruction on anybody pertaining the IPOB leadership going to Abuja. I have on many occasions, on any court listen, I give him, but there are people they don't want to listen. They want to go there and cause more trouble for us, knowing quite well that our leader is about to be released. They want to create a scenario, but we are not going to let them. We are not going to let them. And we are asking anybody, 26th of August, 26th of May, our leader will be coming back to court, and we are expecting nothing than total victory. Listen to the instructions that are being marshaled out on the radio Biafra when you are going to Abuja. Do not go with your own gang. We are under command and control. If we are not under command and control, we will not get to this stage. Every one of you know that we have been blackmailed. There is all kind of things said against IPOB leadership and its followers and IPOB members. But those hardcore have remained. Those voices on Radio Biafra have remained, consistently defending this cause, consistently defending the rights of our people, consistently defending the freedom for the restoration of Biafra. We do not want anybody who will jeopardize it. If you jeopardize it, that is your own cup of tea. You will carry the blame. We are not going to be blamed for your misfortunes or for your stupidity. That is all I have to say, Mazi.
All right,
Thank
Mazi,
you so much.
before I let you go, this is going to be the last one. It's going to be a very heavy punch, and it must be below the belt. Let's talk BBC right now, Mazi. Before I ask you the question, I want to ask you this one. Why are you not suing BBC? Why are IPOB not taking BBC to the Hague? I will tell you why. Listen to me and pay close attention. Wait, Mazi, wait. I'm going to give you a chance. I want to tell you why I ask you this question. Now, the name Frederick Forsyth, I'm sure it rang a bell. He worked for BBC. He was right here in Biafra 50 years ago. BBC was here. Listen to this. He said, I arrived in the Biafran capital of Enugu on the 3rd day of the war. In London, I had been briefed by General Watros, head of BBC West African Service. What I did not know was that he was the obedient servant of the Government of Commonwealth Relation Officer, which believe every word of his High Commissioner in Lagos. Now, David Hunt, it took 2 days in Enugu to realize that everything I had been briefed was garbage. Now, listen to this. I have been briefed that the brilliant Nigerian army would suppress the rebellions in 2 weeks. Doesn't that make BBC an accomplice? And today, because you people kept quiet, BBC have the audacity to come to rewrite history. I ask you again, MAZI chinasa nworu, IPOB, DOS, why are you not taking BBC to the Hague? Please go ahead. You have lawyers that you are paying. Why are they not suing BBC? I need an answer, MAZI chinasa.
Mazi, thank you so much for this question. I will tell you something. You know, after the war, our people, you know, many things went wrong. Our people, whether we like it or not, our people feel defeated. Nobody even make any move. There were no voice. Since after the war, our people have never gotten any voice. This is the first time we are having a voice. That is the Radio Biafra. Now, All this while, I cannot tell you that IPOB in UK are not doing. They went on protest on the other day and they issued them a petition, a very serious one. We have launched a campaign we are already consulting the legal aspect of it, what we can do to BBC. We are already doing that, which we are not going to make it open. We are looking at the chances of taking. Let me tell you something, Mazi. BBC have done this thing to our fathers, to our uncles.
Absolutely.
BBC brought their cameras to Biafra land and witnessed one of the
genocide,
most horrible genocide,
and kept quiet. They hid it.
This planet. BBC brought their cameras and they have everything. They knew everything that happened to our people. But they failed to understand that those seed that were killed in 1967 and 70, they have reincarnated again. And this generation of Biafrans, IPOB in particular, we are out for BBC. We must not allow BBC to rewrite our history any longer. They should know that. And they have seen the handwriting on the wall. One thing is this, we will remind BBC, which we are always saying, BBC, if they have forgotten, or if they don't know, or if they claim, if our fathers do not know, we indigenous people of Biafra, we know that it is an international crime for any media house to carry a war media propaganda against victims of state terror. We know that. And BBC is supposed to know that this generation, we know the act, what they did in 1967 to 70, and we are not going to allow them to happen again. Now, the IPOB leadership have already set up some plans on how to tackle the BBC. We have gone for protest. There will be continuous protest in BBC headquarters. There will be, even if need be, we are going to build our tent. If need be, we are going to build a tent in front of and get a permanent stay in front of BBC. And we will protest from time to time. Some people will live in front of BBC so that they will understand how serious we are. If we are going to set up even if we got the power or got the permission, we will set up a permanent protesting site in front of BBC so that they will know how radical, they will know how we feel because of the role they play against our people. We are not leaving BBC. We are not leaving. If they have done, the people who have done it before have gone free, those who are present, if they don't change their ways, I'm telling you, Mazi, they will never find it easy with the indigenous people.
Mazi Chinasa, let me hold on, Mazi Chinasa. Hold on.
Warriors.
Mazi Chinasa, hold on.
Teach them that we are not so called.
Mazi Chinasa, hold on. Hold on. Now I'm talking to you as a lawyer, because somebody who have few months to actually become a lawyer is almost a lawyer, if I may put it that way.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you this. Do you know that the video or documentary that BBC did amounts to a call for genocide against 70 million people? Are you aware of that?
Mazi, I am aware of that because it is the same BBC that instigated the killing and the genocide of the Biafran people. It is also the reporting of BBC that the 1966 coup was an Igbo orchestrated coup that led to the genocide of 1967 to 1970. That's what I'm telling you. BBC instigated it. It is a crime. It is a crime in international court for any group. And that is what they want to repeat again. That is why they did this documentary. And we are not going to allow this thing to see the sun of the day.
Thank you very much, Chinasa Nworu. Now, before I let you go, I want you to give us your parting shots. What do you want to tell Biafrans and lovers of freedom all around the world before we put a curtain down on today's constructive argument on Radio Biafra? Over to you, Mazi Chinasa Nworu.
Mazi Ikechukwu, thank you so much. It is an honor to be here. And I want to tell my fellow Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, friends and followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that there is one thing. They said, if a man, you have nothing to fight for, you are not worth living. We have decided to fight for the restoration of Biafra. We know all these things will come. I mean, challenges. We might not say that we know exact challenge that will come, but we know in this journey it's not going to be easy. I used to tell some of my colleagues, or sometimes I tell them, I said, "Nah, polo yes, yes, because had he been, he told us, most of us will not embark on this journey. But that is what life is all about. Do you understand me? Had it been, we know that we are going to go through all these things. Maybe many people will not be here, but we know he is leading us to freedom. And freedom, it is not something you can just take it on a platter of gold. Freedom is something that you have to take by force. And I'm calling Biafrans, irrespective of their blackmail, irrespective of the infiltrators, irrespective of their agent provocateurs, irrespective of all the conspiracies, I am asking Biafrans and all the hardcore IPOB members to remain steadfast. We are always a winner. We have never gone into any battle and we lose that battle. They have blackmailed us all they can, and we are equal to the tax. Thanks to IPOB media warriors, thanks to IPOB media in general, from the radio to the online bloggers, I thank every one of you. We must continue this assignment. And I thank all our men in the bushes. I thank all the IPOB family members who have remained steadfast, who did not allow themselves to be washed or brainwashed to leave this movement for criminals and infiltrators. And I'm asking every one of you, the IPOB leadership, all those who have supported us during all this period, or almost 10 months that we have gone into this fight. Many people never believe we will come this far. Many people never believe that we are going to come out victorious. But we know confidently, because of what MAZI Nandekano have impacted in every one of us, we know we are fit, we are capable, and we can deliver his promises to the Biafran people, irrespective of any challenges that comes our way. And therefore, I call all Biafrans, it is time. It is not yet over. The battle is not yet over. But put in your mind that we are getting to that freedom. We are getting to that freedom. Do not backslide. Who believes that by now that IPOB will be here? Because their plan was in 2 months' time, 3 months' time that IPOB is gone. That was how all they were boasting on the social media. That was all how they have come. And I thank every one of you who have supported IPOB. I know not everybody is IPOB, but we have millions of supporters. We have supporters even in Asorok. In the presidency, we have people who are supporting IPOB, who are supporting this cause. In any part of the world, even in the military, even some Fulani people are supporting this cause. Many Fulani people are supporting this cause. Men of goodwill are supporting this cause. One thing I'm telling you, we are not alone. People have heard, the world have heard our cry, and we will continue to cry until we get what we want. We must continue to march until Biafra is restored. Nobody should surrender. Nobody should give up. Nobody should ask, said, when are we going there? We are getting there very soon. Put in your mind that whatever we have passed through have sharpened our understanding in the freedom, in the quest for freedom, and we are not going to disappoint our people. We are not going to let go until Biafra is restored. MAZI Ketuku, thank you so much. Biafrans, my name remains MAZI chinasa nworu. MAZI chinasa nworu serve the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State.
Please don't go yet. Don't go yet. I just remembered something. Now, the phone call and tweet against BBC. Can you please talk to our people more about it? Because everybody is expected to call BBC. They need to get the flyer. Please help me and talk to Biafrans about that. Go ahead.
MAZI, for the BBC Twitter and the telephone campaign launched by IPO Biafrans, what we are saying is this: the flyer is out. It is being circulated on social media. As we believe that we can, maybe we know there are powers, or there are people also in the BBC who are keeping our issues They are pressing it down. They don't want the world or other British people, like our leader normally say, he said British people are good people. So we want to touch the conscience of the British people. MAZI, I will tell you one thing. This is, I will make it. There is, after the BBC released that that program,
yes,
after they released that documentary, there is a reporter, he said he confronted one of the BBC reporters, say how can they release this kind of program, knowing quite well that this program, the informations and all the things here are incorrect. He said it is not in their powers, that these things are from the powers above, that they are not even allowed to write anything against Nigerian government or against the atrocities of the Nigerian military, that most times when they write any conflicting stories, the ambassador, Katrina Lang, will give them a call and warn them not to write anything against. So we believe what most times they control them in Nigeria. So let us take this thing ahead to their domain, their headquarters. We go there and present, and we want our people to call them. If you do not get them online, they have a complaint section on their www.bbc.co.uk/complaint. You can also send your complaint, ask them these questions. They may ask you to wait, because I have gotten testimonies from people who said that they called, they asked them to wait, and they transferred them to somebody who took all their complaints and told them your complaints are well noted. We encourage people. Some people say they call, maybe it is a boot, it hang them, just continue to wait. If you feel you did not get them on telephone, you can send them an email, because we have people who have reported that they send them email and they gave them a response. So this campaign will last till July. Every day. After this, we are also taking other steps that we are not going to make public. We are taking those steps, internationally. But we have to continue doing this. When we finish this, if there is any other program, the leadership we bring out on the media aspect, we will also make it public. But for now, we want every Biafran, all the lovers of freedom, who understood what we are passing through and who can agree with us that the fake documentary that BBC released is to blackmail IPOB people, is to use it as a weapon to tag IPOB as terrorists in diaspora. We ask everybody, every Biafran and every peace-loving freedom fighter to call BBC and ask them those questions that we have specified on the flyer. And please, when you are calling them, make your questions and make your discussions more politely so they can understand what you are saying. Thank you, MAZI Ikechukwu.
MAZI Chinasa, I told my listeners and Biafrans around the world that I've known MAZI Chinasa nworu for a couple of years. Malawuru na Chinasa na church and Ejoji amagim. All the ogologo and we give my idea. And people think I'm telling lies. These are the wonders of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, the 7 wonders of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Bringing people who does not even know what each other look like, and yet they work together.
MAZI, I cannot hear you very well. Come again.
All right. I say that these are the 7 wonders of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, bringing people who doesn't even know what the other person look like, and yet they can work together. And then people will have the audacity to say, "Unu na-eri ego." MAZI Chinasa, can I do a deal with you if I don't know what you look like?
MAZI Ikechukwu, one thing I realized in IPOB, this was something that I've never done in our lives. Before we believe somebody you don't see, you cannot trust.
Absolutely.
But IPOB have made it very, very clear that many of us can deal millions, do you understand me, of activities, even transact funds.
Absolutely.
As long as you are IPOB.
Absolutely.
MAZI, we have known for many years. When you're in South Africa, you moved to Israel.
Yes.
You helped and set up the Israel IPOB Middle East Radio. Do you understand me? You started a good work which is still there. We haven't met. We
Absolutely.
haven't even seen. You understand me? We do have meeting maybe on the radio once in a while. We don't know, but we believe. Absolutely. You hear the sincerity of people from the voice of their mouth. I have worked with MAZI Former from 2015 till death. I have worked with all of us, we have worked all together. Most of us have not come together, but most of us have met each other also in one way or the other.
So how are you guys sharing money if you don't know each other?
And the spirit of Biafra in us will never allow us.
Unbelievable.
When people say
unbelievable.
Mazi, you are okay. You know what our people don't understand is that most of us, as long as we are contented with what we have, that's what matters so much. You don't need to pay me money for me to do anything, and I will never give any money to anybody for him to do something for Biafra, unless maybe if it is assignment, like they say we give data. Yes, if we have any Biafran that need data to be on social media, we will give to you. There is no crime against that one. But say you pay somebody, and we do it in a channel, they should know. We give it as a channel. There is somebody in charge. They will give the little token, say put recharge card. It is not cash. We don't give cash. It is put a recharge card for this person to be able to do his work. Mazi, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate all of you who
Thank you very much, Mazi.
We don't need to ourselves. We don't need to know ourselves before we deliver this cause. But I believe we will see ourselves
in
soon
Biafra land.
Is close.
Thank you very much. All right, there you have it. That was MAZI Chinasa nworu, of course, hitting below the belt. It is constructive argument on Radio Biafra. It is our first show. It is our first segment and our first guest. Trust me when I tell you, next week we will be having a legal person, because we will be talking legal matters here on Constructive Argument. My name is MAZI Ikechukwu, playing the devil's advocate this evening. Goodbye and God bless Biafra.
This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with